My parents had had 4 children. I was the youngest, and we decided to turn the home of my parents into an inn.
A grand English-style manor belonging to the Priddy family since the early 1900s was transformed to Rowena's Inn in 1995. Secluded on 160 acres in Harrison Mills, the Priddy estate exemplifies a more grandeur period in time.
Well, my mother and father loved to collect antiques. They had an eye for beautiful furniture, and they started by purchasing a lot of antiques over in England. There's a bit of history to some of the pieces, which makes it more interesting.
Dame Nellie Melba was one of the most famous opera singers of the late Victorian era, and her bed rests in Betty Ann's former bedroom. Before the Priddy family purchased the dining room suite, it had entertained the likes of royalty.
In 1939, when King George VI and the Queen came across Canada, they sat at this table when they were entertained for dinner.
To carry on the Priddy legacy, Betty Ann has worked hard to keep the estate a family affair.
Having the history of this place, that's why I wanted to carry on with family, because so many people that come here are very interested in the history. They're interested in the photos on the walls and of the children growing up and my parents and friends, and it will be passed down to my children. I have 3 children, and also my nephew, who is very dedicated and has worked very hard here, and he also used to help my father.
My grandfather was the one who basically homesteaded here on the property. He lived to be 102. I made it an effort to get to know him before he passed away. After his passing, my uncle, who decided to change the country home into the inn and develop the property into a golf course, basically hired me to be his right-hand man and make his dream become a reality.
As the only surviving member of her immediate family, Betty Ann is currently the president of Priddy Estates, owning 100% of the shares.
It's sort of my dream, really. It was to own this place eventually one day, and it was a dream come true, much to my surprise in the end, because I thought, well, I'll never be living in this house once we turned it into an inn. But here we are. We moved right up from our home in West Vancouver.
Blending old and new, the family plans to develop the property further by adding a small boutique hotel. For Shaw TV, I'm Corinne Skelbeck.